I dreaded that worse.
This
than
was
the
worse.
break.
I begged to break more bricks when I did this, but.
This is my journey to black belt, and it was written 2 months ago when I thought I was going to break the brick the first time. So I haven't read it in 2 months now. My journey with Taekwondo began almost 6 years ago in March of 2013 when my son Alex decided to give it a try. He almost instantly fell in love with Taekwondo and decided to keep going. I spent countless hours, multiple days a week on the other side of that wall, even before there was a wall, watching him journey through the belts. In July of 2015, he tested for his black belt. I was still sitting on the other side of the wall. It wasn't until the beginning of 2016 that I started thinking about doing Taekwondo myself. I was out of shape and overweight, and I knew I needed to do something to get me in a healthier place. My husband, Matt, was getting ready to go to Texas for training for 5 months, and it just seemed like the right time. The Wibblers were encouraging me to give it a try. The other parents were encouraging me to give it a try. And when I called my parents, they brought it up and encouraged me to try it. So in March of 2016, I stepped out from behind the wall and onto the mat. When my son received his black belt, my father bought him a ring, similar to a class ring, to commemorate the occasion. When I started my journey, I remember my father joking to me, "Don't expect a ring when you get a black belt." And I replied, "If by some miracle I get a black belt, you better believe I expect a ring." I really never thought I'd be standing here today. I signed up for 1 month of classes, and it turned out that I liked it and I could actually do it. I was surprised. Because I had watched all those hours, I knew what I was supposed to do. I just had to get my overweight, out of shape body to do it. And I was doing it. I belt tested at the end of the month and signed up for 3 more months. I was working hard and testing at each belt test. Hapkido was challenging, so I made sure I made it to every Friday night class. Soon it became my favorite part, as I was gaining confidence and feeling really good about myself. And then I got just a little too cocky. On April 16th, 2017, a little after a year after I started, I was in a line of black belt teams. I was a blue stripe at that point. We were doing flying kicks, and when they got to a flying back kick, I decided to give it a try. But I didn't try it carefully. I went all out, and when I landed, my ankle collapsed under me. I couldn't walk on it, but x-rays didn't show a break, so I went through physical therapy and came back to Taekwondo in July. I was able to belt test up to red in July, but the ankle was still hurting. In the fall, I went back for an MRI and learned that it had been broken all along. I had surgery in December and started the rehab process all over again. It would have been quite easy to quit at that point, but I remembered when I was watching Alex that I could never understand when people would make it all the way to red belt and then not make it to black. I didn't want to be one of those people. I was determined. I never stopped practicing in my head, and in May, I was cleared to return to the mat. Again, overweight and out of shape, I continued my journey. The martial way has become such a big part of my life. I have gained so much confidence through my training, particularly the Hapkido. There's nothing like knowing that you have the ability to defend yourself against someone bigger than you. I have become stronger both physically and mentally. I have made lifetime friendships with many of the parents and students here at the studio, and the people here make me feel genuinely cared about, and I value them all. And I have learned perseverance. Oh, how I've learned perseverance. I have so many people to thank for getting here. First, my parents, who have provided the financial resources for both Alex and I to train here at the Martial Way. The Wibblers for training me and always being understanding of my limitations while still inspiring me to work my hardest. My husband for giving up home-cooked meals and encouraging me to see this through. My children, Nick and Alex. Nick also had to give up home-cooked dinners and has been a true sport about attending my belt tests. He was here for the black belt test, but I didn't have him come for the brick break. Alex has helped me to learn my forms and practice my Hapkido. It's been fun sharing this with him, and if not for his original desire to do Taekwondo, I would never have tried it myself. I would also like to thank the black belt adults at the studio, Mr. Hedrick, Mr. Peterson, Mr. Kleber, and Mr. Corbin, who have all taught me so much, and all my friends, both my studio friends and my outside friends, who have encouraged me along the way. Having achieved this goal, I am not interested in a ring. The black belt is prize enough. But my journey is not over. Next week, I get to start the more exciting phase. I get to learn the black belt stuff.